unboxing. We are doing. I got my hands on some more Modern Master boosters. I'm looking forward to getting these guys open. We had so much fun doing the other ones, and I did say to you guys I'd be doing some more unboxing videos. We're going to do both an unboxing video and painting video tonight, so I'm hoping to get those done. But yeah, you guys watched me unbox 5 Double Master booster packs. So for folks that are not familiar with Magic the Gathering, Magic the Gathering, of course, is a collectible card game. These are booster boxes that boosters that they do, which reprint quite a lot of pretty powerful cards within the game. Modern Masters has always been a favorite type of booster pack for folks to get open, unbox, get their things going. But of course, the big deal and the big draw is that you can get some real nice reprints of some, like I said, powerful cards. We did our last unboxing. We got some really awesome pulls. What's also pretty amazing about these packs, which I think they talk about on the back of here. So I should also talk about this product. But the big thing in these packs is that you get 2 rares or mythic cards. And guaranteed 2 foil cards in every pack, which is pretty amazing. You get, this is something that they sell. So normally this comes in a booster box, so you'd have 36 Modern Master packs in a box. This is something they sell usually in retail stores, which is like it's like a, you know, like a product where they do a bundle of packs. So getting 3. This retails for, I mean, the packs themselves retail for $14.99 each. Although Magic has removed their MSR from their packs, so you might see these in some of your local gaming shops for even more because of the fact that there are such big, awesome reprint cards in these packs. So, you know, not necessarily your normal types of pulls. Yeah, last time we pulled, I was able to pull a Force of Will, which is pretty amazing. It's a pretty high-powered card. I mean, just to kind of put that on perspective, if you go to like TCG Player, which I got to start doing that for you guys. But of course, if you had original Force of Will, you know, original Force of Will would set you back about $100-$300 for the modern Master version of Force of Will, which I can't imagine. Let's see, Double Masters. Yeah, so pretty amazing card, because just in that one pull, I actually pulled a $77 card on TCG Player. So that's part of why there's a lot of allure to these packs, because folks are able to pull ridiculous cards. Yeah, so pretty amazing. Yeah, market price is actually $80 for that card, so you can pull some really nice pull. So that obviously made my money back with that one pack. Cool. So let's, without further ado, get into the box, get our hands dirty, and get things going. I always am a fan, if you guys are watching, please ask questions. If you're new to Magic or new to the game, or you're just trying to figure out some stuff, don't hesitate. So you'll see a lot of wasted box because they literally are putting the packs in there. I think they do this mostly because they're worried about packs folding or bending. And as I promised, if you guys like me doing these unboxings, I will try to get my hands on more packs. Obviously, your support makes that happen quite a bit, because these are a little on the pricey side. So you can see our Modern Master packs right there. And let's open up our first pack. Let's see what we get. Oh, I'm already noticing cards are flopping around in there. All right, let's see. These have a very interesting print smell. I've never actually smelled a Magic card printed like that. That's kind of interesting. We're going to breeze through the commons, then we're going to get to the good stuff underneath. Yeah, I've got so many of these Battle Rattle Shaman, which is an old goblin. And what's kind of cool about the set too, and it's kind of overrated. We don't talk about it a lot on the videos, but you can get some nice actually commons that are reprinted for a variety of different sets. Convert a mana cost 6 grade or reveal it and put it into your hand. That's pretty good actually. It's an elf that lets you scry for large guys. And again, if you guys want to see these cards a little bit more in their entirety, you can pause the video and take a look. Like I said, I'm going to really focus on just the uncommons and rares for right now. Alright, we're about to roll into our first uncommon. So Sphinx Summoner. Oh yeah, I remember Sphinx. Big creature type for a lot of sets. Artifact creature Sphinx. Sphinx, when summoning enters battlefield, when you search your library for an artifact creature card, oh god, reveal it and put it into your hand. If you do so, shuffle your library. Pretty nice card. Flicker Whisper. Ooh, jeez. That's a creature elemental. I'm intrigued why it's not a horror, because the picture is very crazy. Flying when Flicker enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So that's pretty cool. It exiles something out of the battlefield. Galvanic Blast. So it's kind of it's one of the many, what I call, trying to be a different type of fireball, lightning bolt. Deals 2 damage to any target. Metalcraft Galvanic Blast deals 4 damage instead if you control 3 or more artifacts. So it actually bumps the damage if you have artifacts. So we did pull a mythic, and it's Kalia of the Vast, which this is a very good card, very big EDH card. Flying when Kalia of the Vast attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from your hand into the battlefield. Oh, that's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, she's probably going to go into my dragon deck. Wow. Maybe I'll make a dragon EDH deck. That would actually be a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool dragons you can do if you do that. Like, so I don't think you guys understand the value of this card. You put it on the battlefield, and then it is attacking that person. So whenever Kalia the Vast attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield, tapped, and attacking that opponent. So you literally get to hit with a creature in your hand. So you're getting around the summoning cost. She's only 4 mana, which if you do a little bit of a ramp up, the only trick is if she's going to be your general in your EDH deck, you can only play those colors. But there are ways around. You can get dragons that fit that. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I love him. Rus the Redeemer. I love this. I have him in my elf deck. Legendary creature, elf warrior. You can do 2 colorless, a forest or plains, tap, create a 1/1 green and white elven creature token, and then you can do the big one, 4 colorless, 2 forest or white. For each creature token you control, create a token. Here's a copy of that creature. So for a green deck, very easy to make this happen. Beautiful in any white weenie deck. Then we got our 2 foils. We got Thorper Foundry. Sacrifice a non-creature artifact creature, a 1/1 blue Thorper artifact creature token with flying. You gain 1 life. So very cool. It gives you flying tokens and you gain life from it. Not bad. And then you also have Thirst for Knowledge. 2 colorless, 1 blue. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact card. So it gets you draw 3 and then you discard. Then we have a nice servo token, which is pretty cool. Now, just out of curiosity, because I'm that kind of guy, I should have TCG up when we're doing these. I didn't think of doing that the last time, but I'm curious. So, although I think she's been reprinted a few times. Kalia of the Vast. And let's just do double Masters. Alright, she's an $11 card, so worth at least a pack. Again, she's been printed a lot. She's been printed in a few different sets, so that is not at all surprising. No, not as crazy as the other pull. The last couple of packs I opened were redonkulous with what I got, like for the pulls, because the pulls were massive. They were really nice value cards. I'm just gonna do a. All right, let's take a look at what we got. So, Orc Warrior. I like the art on this card. And this is kind of cool. New art for that card. So I should mention that in the commons, you will get some alternative art for some of the reprinted cards. You do also get that for some of the rares and uncommons. So that's a cool part about Double Masters. You may get an alternative art form of a card. Usually. Some good oldies here. Changeling. It's kind of fun. Alright, first uncommon of the day. Welding Jar. Sacrifice Welding Jar. Regenerate target artifact. 0 casting cost. Not bad, especially if you have an artifact creature deck. Treasure Mage. When Treasure Mage enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an artifact card with converted mana cost 6 or greater, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle the library. So you notice that I think we have a card for every one of these, for every color. Chief of the Foundry. Other artifact creatures, so it's a pump up for artifact creatures. Not bad. It's a 2/3. It's only 3 mana. I would put this in a deck, especially an artifact weenie deck. All right, our first rare, Sword of the Meek. Equip creature gets +1/+2. Equip is 2, so for anyone that doesn't know about artifacts, usually you play them into play, and you have to equip them to the creature. Whenever a 1/1 creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may return Sword of the Meek from your graveyard to the battlefield, then attach it to that creature. Whenever a 1/1 creature wow, that's really cool. So you can combo that with that discard card we had. Very nice. Pulled another mythic, so that's second mythic out of the 3 packs. Avenger of Zendikar, which, if I remember correctly, is not the greatest card. So it's probably not. When Avenger of Zendikar enters the battlefield, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each land you control. Not too shabby. That's a lot of weenie stuff. Good blockers, right? 5 mana. Again, for a green deck, this is a no. This is not a big problem to try to cast that. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each plant. Okay, so that actually is not horrible. You'd have to create a land flood deck where you're playing more land, or playing things with land type. Like I said, probably not a big value card. You know. I keep getting the longer named ones. Avenger. I feel like I have the original one. Okay, it's an $8 card. Again, it's been reprinted a few times, so not the strongest rare. We got a common foil. Detach target equipment you control. Collector, activate this ability only anytime you can cast sorcery. This is actually a really cool common, because you could do equips. So if there are equipment cards that you have that are really high casting costs, it gets around that, which is really nice. Icor Wellsprings. When Icor Wellsprings enters the battlefield or is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, so if you keep blinking it out of existence, you can pick up more cards, which is kind of nice, and get a spore counter. All right, so far, decent packs. I'm not going to say that they're, Now, it should be mentioned that they do Double Masters VIP packs as well. All right. So we're getting a little bit more repeats in our commons here. So not necessarily pulling a lot of variation. Oh, really? They give you Urza's Tower? Okay, so they reprinted the Urza lands in here, which I guess is kind of cool for folks that didn't have them already. Like the alternative art, because that's new art for Urza's Tower. I'm just surprised by that. Oh, I'm showing cards before I show them. Fatal Push. Destroy target creature if it has converted mana cost 2 or less. Revolt. Destroy that creature if it has converted mana cost 4 or less. Instead, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn. Yeah, so it has a cost if something happens. Oh, wow. Gore Clan Rampager. So Trample, Blood Rush. Discard a Rampage. Target attacking creature gets +4/+4. So this was the idea that you could sack creatures to get pluses on your attacking creatures, so you could sort of stack up one attack to get a bigger attack through for kind of that killing blow. Not a bad card, but not the greatest. Skull Muncher, Devour 1. As this enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This creature enters the battlefield with that many +1/+1 converted mana cost. So if you have a weenie deck, great tactic. When Skull Muncher enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature it devoured. So that's actually kind of a nice trade-off. A little high mana cost, but it is a 3/3. It's not a terrible card. All right, so here's where this deck kind of pack kind of stalls on us. So rares, Blasphemous Act. This spell costs 1 colorless less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. So of course, beautiful. If you have a lot of creatures out, great way to cast it. Good for a red weenie deck, maybe a red weenie aggro deck. Great combo in that. Not the greatest rare. Oh, God. Cyclonic Rift. Return target non-land permanents you don't control to its owner's hand. You can also cast it at its overload. You may cast this spell for its overload cost. If you do, change the text by replacing all instances of target with each. So return each non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. So it is a way to wipe the entire board if you do it for the larger cost. Not a terrible card, but definitely not one of the stronger rares you can get in the set. Relic Runner. Relic Runner can't be blocked if you've cast a historic spell this turn. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. That was a mechanic in that set that they had. You have Iron Bully. Menace. This creature cannot be blocked except by 2 or more. That was the Menace became the new two-headed uh, or just it became a mechanic. There were a lot of creatures that had it, and then they made it an official mechanic. When Iron Bully enters the battlefield, +1/+1 encounters on target creature. So you get to pop him out. He's a 1/1, and then you can throw a +1/+1. Nice draft card. Not a bad draft card if you can pump him up with some other stuff. And then we got a soldier token. So I always do these videos. They're always really, really, really short. So just to do a little, because I know some folks join us at the end. And I did this in the last video, just a recap of our rares. But, you know, I'm not going to say we're rolling in the rares this time. The last couple of packs we opened, it was pretty nice. It was, we got some foiled rares. It was a little bit more of I would say a little bit of a different pull than this. This was a little bit more common. But we did pull that nice card, that nice creature. So again, just to review our rares, we got Blasphemer's Act, Cyclonic Rift, Sword of the Meek. It's kind of funny they ended up together. Urza, Avengers of Zendikar. Not a terrible card. So this rocked in an $8 card. And then we got Kalia of the Vast. Kalia of the Vast is a very good card. And that rocks in at $11. So I mean, together, pretty much, you know, almost made my money back on those two. Then we got a nice oldie but a goodie, Russ the Redeemer. Really, I'm happy with actually most of the rares. You know, most of the rares are pretty good. Like, I'm curious, what is Rot? Redeemed. I said the Redeemer before. Yeah. So funny enough, I actually have a Lanamore original one, which is actually worth $11. The Modern Masters one is about $2. So, you know, not. I wonder what Sword of the Meek is. I thought Sword of the Meek was actually. Alright, so Sword of the Meek, another $2 rare. So these are our big winners. You know, $8. So these are actually on the higher scale. So they're like mid-level rares in the set as far as value goes. Not bad. Not a bad card to get more of. So still very cool cards within the set. But like I said, doesn't really compare to the pulls we had. Where am I? Yeah, like if we pull what we did on the other packs, which the other packs just kept on coming. I think if we look at that, well, obviously the Force of Will alone made back all of our packs, but just as a refresher from the other Modern Masters that we opened, you can see that Force of Will, so nice. That's a $70 card. What I'm curious about is what she is worth, because this was from our last set of polls. Just to do, because I didn't really do a formal like kind of reaction to Modern Masters, which I guess I could do in this video. Double Masters. Truxia. Do I actually have to put the comma? Are they that much of a stickler? Yeah, I guess they are. Yeah, so she's a $14 card. So if you add up the Force of Will and her as a $14 card, definitely made out a lot better in these packs, but still getting pretty good value. I think that's the cool thing about the double masters. I feel like if you open up a few of the double master packs, you pretty much are doing a decent job of making your money back. I think you're going to get a good value proposition, because also don't forget you're getting a lot of commons and uncommons that are going to put you in a good spot as well. And the double masters, and this is kind of true of all the masters that all of the sets like this that Magic has done, they tend to be very much like that, where they don't necessarily, because when they do these types of sets, they can't reprint all of these like heavy end crazy cards. They have to be very specific on what they are printing. Usually there's a couple of those cards that are powerhouses within the set, but once we get past those, you just get, I think, a nice mixture of good old-fashioned cards. So, because of course double masters, one of the reasons they do double masters is so us as players who are newer to the game can get in there and get their hands dirty and get some overpowered stuff. But not a bad pull. I mean, again, if you look at what we got, we got a few $2 rares. We got some money in these cards. So, I mean, we definitely made the packs back for value. And what's going to tend on happening is that as people play with these a little bit more, you'll probably see some of these cards go up, especially if they start becoming popular in Commander, which she will 100%. She already is using Commander. She probably will be using a lot of others because she was a Commander. She was in a Commander deck, which is part of why her value is not as high, because she was reprinted one additional time from her original set that she was printed in. But yeah, and this was also reprinted a few times as well. But good cards, good solid fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys liked the video and want to see more of these types of videos, we do lots of different things on the channel. We do toy unboxings, Magic unboxings, video game reviews and playthroughs. I do board games. We do model mini painting and tabletop war games and tabletop competitive board games. So lots of different things. I'm also an artist, so you'll see me doing drawing or live drawing and painting and other things on the channel as well. We're a multifaceted channel. Consider following so you can know when we're live and know when we're doing other videos. I'm going to take a small commercial break, and then we're going to come back and do some Warhammer model painting. It's going to be my third video in a series. And then we're going to switch over to doing some Mantic Games stuff. So if you guys are fans of Kings of War and some of the other games that they make, we're going to be doing the Hellboy miniature, the Hellboy board game, and getting those minis painted so we can get some actual game time and play of that cooperative dungeon crawler board game, which is a lot of fun. If you haven't checked it out, and I'll be having a lot of other cool Mantic products. Thanks again to Mantic Games for supplying that for me. So I am in the process of getting quite a few things from other companies that can help us out. So please, guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, and please respect all the folks on this planet, because without all of us working together, we will not be able to succeed and do the things we need to do. So we'll see you soon. I'll take, like they said, that small commercial break, and we'll see you back here. All right, take care, everybody. And I hope you enjoyed. And in the comments, please let me know if you want to see more unboxing of Magic. And of course, we're going to do some fun playthroughs. I want to play around with some of the Jump Starter cards. Jumpstart, if you're not familiar with that set with Magic, and just some other drafting fun things that we can do and play and have a little fun with. All right, take care, everybody. See you very soon.